Welcome, friends, it is I, your LostScarf, and it's time for the new god, and his name is Root, or Maokai, or Nunu riding Maokai. Okay, his name's Sylvanus, or Sylvanus, I'm not sure which one it is yet, and he thought that joke was too easy. Here's a better one. Here he is, Sylvanus, the Keeper of the Wild. Little known fact, he thought Call of the Wild was a horribly inaccurate biography about him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the voice packs and skins, look at Sylvanus, talk about the league change stuff, matchmaker change, item changes, and god changes. So it's going to be a big patch, so let's get going. Alright, here we go, and bam! Sylvanus. Or Sylvanus. I'll get the correct pronunciation soon enough, don't worry. Ah! It's a tree! Look at that, it's a big tree. It's a big old tree right there. We got a tree! We have Ymir, which is the earth, I guess. We have Geb, who's also the earth, and then we have a tree. And we have two people who are the earth, aren't they? Then you got Pajama Party. And that's really cool with that Kumba. But he's got a little freaking bear who's a backpack, bunny slippers, a butt flap, and then he's got this freaking lamp. That is awesome right there. Trying to make it work. He's like, okay, you know what? It's a weapon now. And break! There you go. And then we got over here, Infinity Wave. There you go. And this skin's pretty amazing. The voice pack is Vegeta with an echo. That's about it right there. And everything's just purple and black and whatever other colors these are. It's a pretty cool looking skin. It is an amazing looking skin. There's one more skin to look at though, and that is Lord Slashington. There you go. Bam! We didn't see him because, well, he was in the middle of he was in the middle of the week. So check out his voice pack.
Defend right lane.
Listen to that.
I'll attack middle lane.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.
Enemy missing left. Falling back. Keep a stiff upper lip and all that. Enemy missing right.
I like that everyone's favorite reference for the most part is TB for this.
I'm returning middle lane. Yes.
But he is just an Englishman. Like, he's just a regular Englishman. That's what he is.
Enemy missing left. Falling back.
And this guy is amazing.
Group up. Help middle lane. Enemies incoming right. Enemies incoming right.
So later on today I'll buy the skin because it's a part of Odyssey so that we can see the chest open. Now let's take a look at Sylvanus. And here he is. A tree and a dude. And there's the front, looks pretty cool there, a lot going on there. And in the back is a tree butt. And that's all that's going on back there. Okay. Check out Permafrost. Hello there. Take a look at him and his tree butt again. There you go. Not a lot going on, but it is a cool looking skin at the same time. There's a lot of, branch and stuff going on. But it all looks a bit the same at the same time. But it's still a cool skin. And then voice pack.
Defend middle lane. Bye. I'll take left lane.
Pretty cool sounding old man.
I'll attack middle lane. Naturally.
Naturally.
I'll attack the Gold Fury. On my way.
I like that naturally.
Enemies in right lane. Group up.
Naturally. Alright, there you go with that. Let's just go down the line and check out the other ones. So, Hebo. Here you go. Infinity Wave Hebo, and you're going to hear Vegeta in a moment.
I'll gank right lane.
See, there you go. Vegeta.
Enemies have returned left. On my way. Help.
Very Vegeta.
I'll attack the fire giant. On my way.
He's got some amazing taunts.
Oops.
Oops. Which I wish I could show you.
Enemies have returned to base.
Pretty good. Hi.
Defend the gold.
Nice.
Fury.
I only got enough gems for Fenrir, so I'm going to get Fenrir, but
I'll defend the fire giant.
maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. And now, new skin for Hell. And here it is. No, that's not it. It is sugar and spice and everything nice. There it is. So there you go. I will probably buy this at some point, although I do like the original skin as well. So sugar is very sweet looking, sugary, and spice is red, very looking. So there you go with that. And you can just buy it right now. There you go. There you go. Now I have sugar and spice. I'll use that in the future for sure. And there you go. Now up next has got to be Pajama Party Kumbhakarna. There we go. And he doesn't have a new voice pack from what I can tell. And just look at that. Look at this little teddy backpack and the little toothbrush right there, and a butt flap, and the night lamp, and bunny slip. It's just great. It's just great. I already said all those things. It's just great. I love it. It is amazing. I don't know if there's different effects or not. He's got the same voice pack.
Stepping away to follow the fire giant.
But I love it. But the fact it's called Pajama Party makes you feel like it should have been like a pack of skins for pajamas. Not just him, but some other gods in pajamas. Would be funny as hell. But Pajama Party is only Kumba. So there you go with that. Now we got all the skins, but there are some voice packs and emotes, such as Heavy Metal Thor. Check this one out.
Enemies at the Gold Fury.
Listen to that. Listen to that gravelly sound.
Attack fire giant. Enemies in left lane.
Yeah.
Enemies in middle lane. I'll defend middle lane. Brutal.
Brutal.
I'll attack middle lane. Thanks. Falling back.
Pretty nice right there. And then we got some updated cards here. So Righteous, yeah. Righteous Hammer Thor right there looks pretty cool. And then Soul Taker Anubis. So where's Soul Taker? That's Nightwalker here. That's Gravehound. Where's the... No. It's Gravehound, isn't it? Yeah, it's Gravehound. They called it... No, it's Soul Taker Hades, Gravehound Anubis. My bad, everybody. My bad. So here's Soul Taker... that's Bloodfire. There's Soul Taker. That's pretty cool looking right there. Looks like he's pulling Cobra, doesn't it? That looks like a snake he's pulling right there, doesn't it? I think it looks like a snake. And then Wrangler Art. So there you go right there. If you like the original, too bad. There's a new portrait right there. And it is just accentuating dead ass. And then they updated some voice packs for a bunch of people, so it's not the default guy saying all the things. And then there's some new emotes going on here. Such as... Oh, I gotta see Afro Clap. So here's Afro Clap. Well, that's boring. What about Wave? Also boring. Alright, okay. So I know it's a lot of work to do all these animations, but I don't know. I feel like if you want to do these emotes, they should be individual like. Like, Arachne's got a very individual clap, which is just great. Like so. That's a great clap. And then you got Cupid, who also really stands out with both of his. And that is Clap. Right there. He's like a freaking little otter. He's a freaking little otter. It's hilarious. That's great. And then Wave. Look at that. They're the cutest thing. Like, those stand out. Those are amazing. That's why I own those two right there. So I don't know about the other ones. And there's a couple more dances. Isis Dance, Naya Dance, and Hades Dance. You can check those out on your own. And that is it for looking at all these things. Up next is going to be the general stuff like the League and the Matchmaker. So Matchmaking, they're going to do some combinations of weighing things in different ways. Not just MMR, but some other things like stats and other stuff. To try to weigh who you should be playing with in your matches. That's what they're going to try to do for Matchmaking. And they're going to slowly implement it over the next couple weeks. They're also going to experiment with non-timed queues. And already, Ares isn't up for it, but the non-timed queues, the way it works is when you queue up, the second the match locks in, you're going into that match. There's no accept or decline, you're going into that match. If you don't go into that match, you get deserter. The idea there is, they set it up as perfectly they could to have a 5v5, and if you decline, then it ruins it for 9 other people. So that's what happens there. Instead of having it be with the timed queues, which is when you decline, then you're just not in the pool and they set everyone up in those 20 seconds. That's what's going on there. So that's what happens. So we're going to see that change come over the next couple weeks, and we'll see how it goes. And the whole idea is for them to try to match people up who are similar in MMR, stats, and a lot of other things. That's the attempt, at least, and we'll see how that goes. The other part of it is they're weighing teams now. So when a team goes in, they're going to be weighed together, and we'll see how that works. And hopefully it works out pretty well there with 5-mans and other mans as well. Because it's not very fun seeing people just running other people over, because you get like basically just really high level play going against low level play and then just run them the hell over. Not so great. Another thing is League. Now League, this is very good, is they're doing qualifying matches now. If you're in Bronze 5 or you haven't done League at all, you go into qualifying matches. I don't know if it's starting now or soon. I don't know if I can check that, but you'll go into qualifying matches, which you'll do for 10 matches, and you will be preferably put in with other people who are qualifying, and then you all fight together, and after your performance from those 10 matches, it'll be decided where you go on the League ladder. So will you go in Bronze, Silver, Gold, Diamond, Platinum, or Masters? I don't know if you can get the Masters if you win all 10, but this will decide where you go on the ladder there. And Gold is supposed to be the average player spot. Bronze is supposed to be the worst. Silver is going to be a little bit better than that. Gold is average. And then the other two are above that. And of course, Masters is the best there is. So that's what's going to happen there. And we'll see if I participate or not in that. It should make it better, though, so that not everyone's in freaking Bronze 5 hell. Because that was crap. Getting terrible people every single game just makes you not want to play League. That and getting matched up against Masters, because the weird way that Matchmaker works did not make it any better either. So, yeah, there you go with that. And so, we'll see if I participate in that. But my advice is wait a week or maybe a month before you participate in the qualifying rounds. That way, all the trolls and all the Bronze 5 people will have already played and they're back at Bronze 5. That is my advice on that. That really is. Let's go ahead and check out the treasure chest, and then we will look at items. Alright, it's time to buy this. So we're going to go ahead and get the voice pack. Bam! Alright, now we're going to get the skin. Bam! Alright, there we go. Lower Slashington, tally-ho. Now let's go ahead and get the treasure chest. And open, please. And I get the goddamn satellite. Yeah, it's one of the most appropriate ward skins, at least. There's that. So, there's that. And we're going to set this to random. Now that I have more than 2, we'll set it to random there. Yay! Ward skin! Yay! Well, I got this guy. Tally-ho! Tally-ho! Alright, there we go. So that is it. And now for the items. Okay, so we got a new tree. Odysseus' bow now has his own tree, and it starts with this one. Short bow, just pure attack speed. You got Hunter's bow. Like, they're all pure attack speed, but charged bow has Odysseus' passive but weaker. 25% chance of triggering. 20 physical damage. That is it. 20 physical damage. That is not much there. And then you got the regular Odysseus bow right there. Same passive as it's had. And we got the new item. Akieval. Chival. Akival. Ikilivil. Whatever, balls. Okay. 30% attack speed. Not as much as that, but the way this works is kind of like Honor and Nemesis, and that is, every basic attack you hit on an enemy, it increases your physical power by 10, and reduces your opponent's physical power by 10. So, it's good against, well, warriors, assassins, and hunters. So it's a good, as they say, boxing item. That's really what it's good for. Boxing. Now, fighting a magical, of course you don't reduce their physical power, but you do give yourself physical power, so that's still good there. 30 physical power ain't bad, but I don't know if I'd want to use this item. If I need pure attack speed, I'd probably use this over Odysseus bow. Because at 25% chance, I swear to God, this thing never freaking procs. Ever. I would rather get the 40% attack speed, but damn thing never procs. Because at this point, when you're getting attack speed, you're going to get crit anyway, so that plus 10% is going to be pretty nice on you. Although the power would be good as well. You know, either one might be good. If you're dealing with a lot of physical, if like the warrior and the assassin and the hunter are all doing really well, you might want to get this to deal with them. But the Odysseus bow, I don't know, the other 10%, and then you just do all this stuff. But is it even worth getting in the first place? I don't know. I think I'd probably rather still get the other attack speed tree instead, but it's at least worth experimenting. Or in a very heavy physical fight, maybe still get the Akival instead, or Akaival. Screw it. But the question is Golden Bow just better to get? And we're looking at a 1300 item. It does 25% of your damage, so you gotta have about, let's see, you gotta have at least 80 physical power, or physical damage, and don't know which one it would be, to be equal to the bow. And at least the difference between these two is you have to be hitting them. Let's see here. Well, the difference is for a melee god, the chain lightning could bounce pretty far, while as for a ranged god, it doesn't matter. And, I don't know, maybe throwing dagger is still the better thing to do. But that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about the gods now. Okay, let's see here. There are 5 god changes, and the first one is Arachne not getting nerfed or buffed. Now let's go over to Cabrakan. So Cabrakan, they have sped up the attack speed on his Seismic Crush. It is now, they sped it up by 70%. The idea there is so he can finally land the damn thing. Now, will he land it? We will see, but that's what they did. They made it 70% faster so he can land it, because it was such a slow move. It is really frustrating to try to run up and hit somebody, and you don't hit them ever. So there you go. They buffed that up for him. They also buffed his refraction shield. His stun now goes from 1 second to, well, 1.1 all the way to 1.5 seconds. There you go there. His recovery time has been shortened as well. Same for Tremors. The recovery time has been shortened there. I'm going to call this a buff to Kali because of what it does. And that is when the opponent is below 25% HP, Kali's mark will show up on the opponent. That way her teammates know who her target is. So that's nice there. Kind of like Thanatos's when they're low on HP for him to kill, like how it shows for that. Same thing here, so that's pretty nice there. Now here's one that has a lot of people confused, and that is the nerf to Whirlwind on Kukulkan. It now lasts only 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds, so what that does is he only does 4 ticks of damage instead of 6 on this ability, and that is a hell of a nerf. That also takes away 1/3 of his damage. That is a big time nerf on Kukulkan right there. This is bread and butter damage here. It's not easy to get people unless you're really good with them, unless you go for Zephyr first, then do the Whirlwind, then maybe the ult. People are complaining that he is anti-fun, and I will say Geb is anti-fun as well, and a lot of other gods are as well. A lot of gods have things that prevent action. Whirlwind is a zoning ability. This is not anti-fun. If you're going to define it that way, then there's a lot of other things that are anti-fun, and they should be nerfed as well. That is my argument to you on that. Another argument is that Kukulkan's too easy. Well, he's not exactly easy. He's got the lowest skill floor. but he is in no way have the lowest skill ceiling. It does take some work to be able to pull his abilities together and get a lot of kills. That's how it works. He's really good at clearing the lanes, he's really good at zoning, but he can't kill you unless you let him walk up to you and do his freaking Zephyr plus Spirit of the 9 wins. And even then, you can still dodge that thing. I've seen it, I've done it, a lot of people have. So I really don't understand this one. I don't think this was really warranted at all. I get he was being more popular lately because he's Kukulkan instead of Alquang now, so his stats should be going up. But that's a hell of a nerf. If you had to nerf him, 0.5 seconds should have been the nerf there. Take away 1/6, not 1/3. That is a lot of damage being taken away. And think about his procs as well. He's only taking away your protection with Spear Magus for 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds. He's only slowing you down with Gem of Isolation for 2 seconds, not 3 seconds. That is 1 second significance. In a team fight, that is huge, and you know it. In any fight, that is huge, and you know it. So, it really does hurt Kukulkan a lot, and I don't think I'm going to be playing him for a while, because I don't even want to deal with this crap. I really don't. Serket with a slight nerf, and that is, her cooldown is now, what? Her cooldown on her ambush should be 17 seconds, right? Yeah, it should be 17 seconds. That's what it says in the patch. Either this is incorrect, or they didn't nerf her on her cooldowns. I guess we'll see on that. Someone will probably report it, see if it's a typo, or if she just didn't get nerfed on that. I could go into Conquest and check, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do it right now. Now with Mercury, they nerfed him on the size and the range of his wand. That's all they nerfed. What they did here is he can't throw it as far as he used to, and the circle's smaller, by 4 at the final level. So what this means is, it's going to be a lot harder for him to clear lanes. That's all they did. He's still a hyper carry late game, but he's going to have a hard time landing a shot a bit and clearing lanes, which means he can no longer go ADC unless you force it, mid unless you force it, and solo unless you force it. He's now specifically a jungler. If you do laning, you got to get them bunched up a bit before you can do it. You can't get them all in one shot anymore. So that is up to you if you want to still play him as a laning god instead of just a jungle god. But as far as his damage potential goes, he is still a lethal hyper carry. He's still that. He's still going to get a lot of kills. He's still going to wreck a lot of face. But he will not lane as much. So we'll see what that does to him in the future. Some people don't feel like that's a good enough nerf. Taking away his laning does not do anything about the fact he can absolutely destroy people. But we'll see what happens in the future. Now it's time to look at Sylvanas. Okay, here we go. How do you actually say his name?
Sylvanas.
I got it right. Sweet. Let's go lock in. And let's see here. So he's Sylvanas, his abilities. Nature's Protection, Verdant Growth, Wisps, Nature's Grasp, and Wrath of Terra. Now we'll see those soon enough in a moment. There's his portrait right there. There he is. I think his thing's called Grover.
Good morning, Grover.
Here you go.
Time to get up. This forest needs our protection. That's the spirit.
There you go. Let's go ahead and get to level 5 and get max cooldown really quick. And max cooldown. So give me some booties. And just give me the...
Perfect.
There we go.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Alright. First thing you'll notice is his basic attack is a splash attack. Hit him with a splash attack. There you go. It's ranged as well, so there you go. So the idea here is you can be able to hit the backline minions, the archers, from melee range, from the melee minion range, and you'll see that soon enough in a moment. Now his passive is called Nature's Protection. What happens here is if an enemy god hits him with a basic attack, 25% chance they'll be rooted for 1 second. And after that happens, it'll recharge 12 seconds to do it again. So what you want here, of course, in the dual lane is for the enemy ADC to get you, so they get rooted, and then you cause more trouble with your other abilities. Now his first ability is Verdant Growth, and this thing is pretty heavy loaded here. Let me just show you the basic attack really quick. See, I can get these guys from range. It does push them back as well, because all basic attacks do that. And just clan them out. Now his first ability, Verdant Growth, has 3 things on it. It can be used as a hive that gives you MP5, up to 20. It can also be used as a damaging ability that roots everyone in its splash, and you'll see in a moment how that is. And then there's his third ability, which is if you break it like a hive with a basic attack, and only enemies can break it, by the way, I can't do it. If they break it, it blows up and reduces their protections by up to 25. So that's pretty good there. And I'm going to show you the ability used damage-wise. See, bam. Rooted all 3 of them. There you go. So that's really good there. And just think of the teamfight implications here. You can have it as a hive, giving your team MP5. Not the best usage of it, but you can do that because if they blow it up, they'll reduce their protection. So that's pretty nice there. And of course, you can also just use it as a root for 2 seconds. Pretty nice there. Now, his second ability is Wisps. And Wisps affect everything. Teammates and opponents and minions and everything. So once these guys spawn, I can show you. once they spawn. I'll show you the third ability then. Nature's Grasp is Arachne's ultimate. Same thing, except no damage and it's a 1 second stun. Goes through walls. So here's Wisp, right here. Damages enemies and heals teammates. It takes a moment to do it, and there you go. So just think of that in team fights. You can give your teammates up to 25 protections in a team fight. That's pretty big there. The heal's not that great, but that protection will be. So that's pretty nice there. Of course, the damage is pretty good too, and it's a DOT. You know, that means you can get Gem of Isolation or maybe Magus to hurt your opponents with procs. So there's that. Then okay, we talked about Nature's Grasp. Then there's his ultimate, Wrath of Terror. It's about the same size as Geb's ultimate. Instead of doing percentage damage and a stun, it does DOT, and it's a knockup. Difference between a knockup and a stun is you can't do anything in knockup, and you also can't beads out of it. You can beads out of a stun. You can't beads out of a knockup. So that's the advantage to that. And we're going to see all this in a second. Just see Ra hit us. Gonna have him basic attack us so that, crap. Gotta get him out of that and see it. Pull him. There you go. There you go. See, he roots himself right there. So something you can do, which is very annoying, would be you can pull him for 1 second with the pull. Then knock him up, which puts him out of commission even longer. And then root him for 2 more seconds. And if he basic attacks you, he's rooted again, like so. So you can keep someone pretty much in one spot for 4 to 5 seconds. So here we go. Huh? Alt and root. Now he's stuck there. So you or teammates will destroy his ass, pretty much. And now Ra's gonna die. Oh no, he's healing. He's gonna be, no, rooted again. There. Pretty good speed on that root attack as well, so there you go with that. So, he's gonna be, of course, a very great support. I don't know if he's gonna do very well in solo lane. Probably test it out at some point. We'll do support first, though. Jungling, I know people are gonna want to try that out. I have no clue. He's got a damaging ability. I don't know if it's enough. Wisps either, I don't know if it's enough. It's worth a shot, but I don't know if it's gonna work out until I try it out for real. But for sure, great support, potential solo, and maybe jungle? I'm not sure. But there you go with that. And team fights, he's going to be a beast because he's going to have so much trouble for the enemy team. That'll be great there. So in arena, he should be great for sure. Especially because he's got the Arachne pull as well. And Siege, I don't know. We'll see about that. But we'll see a Conquest, Arena, and Siege next week. This week, we're going to see other gods. Because I don't have time to play him this week. Because Jinx got midterms and I got finals to do. So just don't have time for it. But later on, we'll see those games. But that right there is the patch notes. Hopefully it was very informative and fun to watch and listen to. So I had fun making it. Hope you had fun watching it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.